b-boy stance. This is not me getting ready to dance. This is my straight jacket. This is how I've learned to hold myself in the open. You see, no one ever told me you didn't have to be in a closet to lie to yourself. You just have to stand up real straight and smile. I have never been afraid to be open. I always wore my pain and history on my sleeves to be performed at a moment's notice, but sometimes fear doesn't make sense. It isn't logical. I grew up knowing both of my parents would be more than okay if I was gay. You see, in my kitchen growing up, there were rainbow magnets in my mother's refrigerator, hate-free zone proclamations, but still to this day, I get choked up when faced with the word bi, queer, or gay. There is something I am afraid of. Something I have tried so hard to run from. In September of 2008, I moved to California for 2 reasons subconsciously. I ran to the city of homosexuality, hoping she'd hold me in the open, but Stanford, she had a way of pushing me back to where I was used to crying. Everyone who comes to Stanford finds out you don't come here to boost your self-esteem, and you don't stay unless you can deal with the blows, and so since I couldn't go home, I ran straight from my bedroom closet to a closet-sized dorm room. I found comfort in being boxed in. You see, that way, it's much harder to fall, and even when you do, hardly anyone ever notices. Stanford taught me to be invisible. So that even though every part of my being screamed gay, like I was some rainbow, flagging down some lesbian cruise convention, I learned how to not exist for 3 months. But when California's Proposition 8 passed, making it illegal for people like me to be married, I was legally deemed a second-class citizen. I watched the vote count rise, the gap widen between right and wrong, while cheering Obama's win. I watched thousands of people lose. This is not the change I voted for. So hatred opened my door, and I found myself exposed, hurt, and angry. Wanting to be strong enough to wear my pain on my sleeves and speak, but this was all I had. A poetry book with similes I was too afraid to share, and 2 arms that wouldn't fold. How would I teach a nation to love what it doesn't understand if I wasn't strong enough to hold myself up in front of them? So for the first time in my life, I realized that being gay is not about being different, it's about being the same. It's about loving yourself enough to fall in love with yourself and being more than okay with that. I am 18. And though I don't identify with my sexuality, I am no longer afraid to say I find it much easier to fall in love with women than men. And I will love whoever I love without ever trying to justify it again. I will not hide. Because in September of 2008, I moved to California for 2 reasons subconsciously. To find someone to love, and to find someone who could love me. And in 2009, for the first time in my life, I took off my jacket.